And we are back, Sean. Episode 53 of Sean and Spin in the Morning. Adjusting my screen. Coming to you live Wednesday, September 3rd edition, presented by Off Base Media. Eventful day. We come back-to-back days, by the way, because we had the Labor Day that we did Monday stuff on Tuesday, and we're doing Wednesday stuff on Wednesday. So this is a regularly scheduled program, Sean. We had some eventful stuff happen yesterday. How are we feeling?
I feel good, man. A lot of people not feeling great because there's a lot of injuries out there that we're going to talk about, dude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of impactful stuff too. There's like you obviously have the no-namers around the league who are getting hurt, but we're going to talk about some pretty notable people who are this late in the season you do not want to see injured.
You don't want to see some of these guys. So let's get into our vibe check because that's the first thing we got. Couple of notable relievers. Jason Adam for the Padres, who was an all-star this year, quad, out for the year. Shelby Miller was very good with the Diamondbacks this year, gets traded at the deadline to the Brewers. He was on the IL when he got traded. Comes off the IL. He's been fine. You know, he's a good pitcher. He's been a good back into the bullpen type of guy, seventh inning guy perhaps. By the way, Trevor McGill's banged up. He'll be back in like a week or so, maybe 10 days, whatever the fuck it is. Either way, with McGill going out, Miller coming back, it was a good sign for first place Brewers team. Well, now Miller plays on the IL after feeling something pop in his elbow. I think he's listed as day-to-day, but that's most likely going to be an extended absence. More info to come on Shelby. But my question to you is, this is the Padres and the Brewers' notable back-end high-leverage relievers that are going out. It's the best team in baseball and arguably the best bullpen in baseball, losing a notable arm down the stretch. What is more pivotal to you, Adam or Miller?
So this is the thing. With Adam, they can kind of cover for him a little bit more because they got a little bit more depth in that bullpen over in San Diego.
Yep.
I kind of want to say the same thing about the Brewers, but we don't know how Miguel's going to look when he comes back. Like, he's coming off of an injury. What is it, Schmiegel?
Miguel? Miguel. I like McGill, but I like
Miguel.
On this show, we call him Miguel. I fucked that up. I called him by his real name. On the show, we call him Miguel.
Yeah, but anyway, I'll go by his first name, Trevor.
Yeah,
we don't know how Trevor's going to look coming back. So I would say Shelby Miller is probably the more pivotal one because there's not as much depth in the Brewers bullpen as there is in the Padres.
I agree. Yeah, and Adam being the more notable arm with the, who was the All-Star this year, but the Padres do have more contributors in the back end. They have more high leverage arms. There was Adam was one of 3 All-Stars in that Padres pen. And then they added Mason Miller at the deadline, as well as some other arms that can transfer to the bullpen that they added at the deadline too. So, Adam has or should I say the Padres have more contributors, plus they have a proven track record of actually being better in October. So Miller would have been a big piece of this back end of Milwaukee, who has, I know they're the best team in baseball, Sean, but they don't have a track record of like going deep into the playoffs or winning.
No, they still got to prove themselves. And like a manager like Pat Murphy knows that. So I think that's why he doesn't get too excited during interviews and stuff like that, because he knows that it doesn't matter what this team does in the regular season. Granted, they haven't had this much success in the past regular seasons. They've never been considered the best team in baseball. But right now they are considered the best team in baseball. Rightfully so. They've been extremely good as of late. But they know that they have to get over the hump. Yeah. They've been bounced early and God, how long has it been?
I think they might be like 1-9, or maybe that, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's different now. I thought they were 1-9 when maybe Craig Counsell was there in the playoffs. Yeah. Last year they were 1-2 because they lost 2 out of 3 in that to the Mets in that series. But that sucks.
But they've just been known for getting bounced. So I would go with Shelby Miller. They need all the help they can get to get over that hump because that's a big hump.
I agree. One of the pieces, so this is what made me think of it. One of the pieces, obviously this doesn't mention the Brewers, but while we're on the topic, one of the pieces that helps that they did get was Eric Fettuccini. Fettuccini got dealt to the fucking from the Cardinals to the Braves at the deadline. Didn't last long on the Braves. I think I said this yesterday. I was like, I thought he was still fucking there, but he has made an appearance with the Brewers. So maybe they add him to the pen or whatever the fuck they do. Maybe Mizorowski. I don't know what they're gonna do to the pen. But either way, this made me think of it because it's like, okay, take him. So you see this bunch of notable guys. Bueller, Heaney, IKF gets dealt. Santana. That's Carlos Santana, the baseball player, first base, but not Carlos Santana, the musician. So everyone at home can know. I take Kim out of it because he's the only guy that's not on a playoff contending team. Put Fettuccini on it, or put Nathaniel Lau on the Red Sox on it. Who do you like here? Who will make the biggest impact?
Right now, it's got to be Lau because Lau's actually making an impact. Like I don't think Santana, Carlos, not the musician, the ball player who's way too old to be playing. I don't think he's even going to play that much. They have a ton of bats, like maybe to give a guy an off day, but like come October, he's not going to play.
Yeah,
and then
do they still have Justin Turner on this too? Like, what's he going to do that Justin Turner can't?
And then they just got Willie Castro at the trade deadline too. You know what I mean? Like he's a switch hitting utility guy. Why the hell would they play Santana over him? And then you get to like, but then you get to like Fettuccini. I don't think we're gonna see him in October either. Do you?
Maybe now that they need arms out of the pen or some shit.
Yeah, but they have 5 guys in their rotation they're not gonna pitch all 5 guys, and I think they're gonna go to the pen and they're gonna likely get thrown before Fettuccini. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, so is Fettuccini on the Brewers?
Yeah, he's on his third team of the season.
I really missed that one. I did not see that happen.
Neither did I.
But you think about it. They got Quinn Priester, Chad Patrick, Mizorowski, Peralta, Quintana. So 2 of those guys got to move to the pen for the first 2 series. Or actually first series because the Brewers will get the bye. But for the first series, 2 of those guys are going to move to the pen. Then you are only moving 1 back to the starting rotation. Maybe they don't. Maybe they stick with the 3 and they just rotate like that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think we even see Fettuccini. We have a better chance of seeing Lau in October, so I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah. Okay. What about your boy Walker Buehler? You got no faith in Walker? I think he's with the pig. I guess he'd be pitching for the Piggies sometime soon.
I probably, but I just wanted. He looked horrible with Boston. He looked horrible. Maybe a change of scenery will help him out, and maybe if they do end up moving him to the bullpen, that'd be great. Like I keep saying October here. I sound like a broken.
Him and Fettuccini are similar.
Yeah, they are, and I sound like a broken record. But like, come October, he better be in the pen. And I told you, I love his attitude. I love it. He goes hard for the colors he's wearing. And he hates every other color that he isn't wearing. Yeah. So I freaking love that.
Yeah, he's gonna be great, and it's a good vibe for especially if he's coming out of the pen. I think he would embrace that role. Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know if starters like to be demoted like that, but hey. Just in terms of a nutcase coming out in a high leverage situation, I think we said this yesterday, didn't he? I should have Googled it by now, but I think he got the last out of the World Series, didn't he, for the Dodgers?
I think so too. But you know what a lot of Phillies fans were posting when Walker Buehler came in for the Dodgers that one year and just dominated the Mets. Do you remember that?
No.
I don't know if it was last
year. Years ago, maybe. Could have been last year.
I think it might have been last year. And Walker Buehler just freaking and he did really well against the Mets. And Philly fans keep posting about it all the time. And I'm like, guys, we can't do this. He was playing on Boston earlier this year. It's not like he wasn't playing at all this year.
He was. So yeah. Well, I guess it's bittersweet. I mean, because Mets beat the Phillies to get to that round, but. At least now the guy that you currently have is beating up on the guys that beat you.
But listen, an arm who knows what October baseball is like, you can never have enough.
I agree. Let's go. We talked about the Mets, and we talked about Soto yesterday. I made a case for him why I like him better than Schwarber for the MVP shit. Either way, it's Ohtani's award to lose, but Schwarber, I guess, odds-wise, is second. I made a case for Soto, and I hate to advocate for the guy, but hey, he's going to make a little history here. Now, I don't know if this is like cool history or this is like those weird like stats that people like really reach for. But either way, He's one walk shy of having the first 35-plus homer season, 25-plus stolen base season, and 115 walks all in one season. At least 35 homers, at least 25 stolen bases, and at least 115 walks. Since 1999, no player had done all those things since 99. The last 3 players to do it, Chipper Jones, Hall of Famer, Jeff Bagwell, Hall of Famer, Barry Bonds, not a Hall of Famer, but for different reasons. Either way, he's one walk shy of doing that. Does that change anything for you on Soto? He gets on base, he gets home runs, and this year he's swiping bags.
Doesn't change anything. I told you I respect your case. I respect it a lot.
I can't believe I'm advocating for the guy, first of all.
I know. I respect what Juan Soto is doing over there in the Mets, but I don't think you're respecting enough what Kyle Schwarber's doing in Philly.
It's good.
Oh yeah,
it's very good.
It's good. Schwarber has him in over half the categories. Like I'm looking at it right now, Schwarber still has him in over half the categories,
and it's very close. And it's very close. And whatever categories he has, Soto I think just brings more to the table, skill set wise.
Yeah, skill set wise, but like this, like I said, valuable. If you take, I mean, this is the same for both of them. If we're being completely honest, because the Mets have sucked a lot, but they're still losing games while Juan Soto's doing well. Kyle Schwarber was the backbone of this team the entire season long. Like he's had a slump, but it was like for 2 or 3 games, and then he breaks right.
The Mets are not playing good, like the best baseball. They're the 6th seed. If Soto's not on the team, are they even in the playoff contention at all?
Probably not.
Valuable guy.
He is a valuable guy, but I guess what? The Phillies aren't number 1 without Schwarber.
Pitching staff is so good. Mets don't even have the staff.
Hold on. Hold on.
We'll move to the blind rankings then.
Hold on, my thing's spazzing out.
Uh-oh. Well, the next segment is Sean's blind rankings, and now he's gone fucking blind. Either way, that's my case for Soto, and I hate advocating for the guy personally. Guy's a dick. I want to see Schwarber do well, but I'm just saying that Soto maybe should be top 3 right now, and I think he's at 5. Odds had him at 5, Sean, eh?
Yeah, I'll give him top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
I don't think he's getting enough respect in that aspect. Who did I say was 3? Manny Machado?
Oh, yeah, Machado was, and then, Skeens was 4.
Yeah, so you got, like you said, you got to give love to pitchers every now and again, and I guess he is the guy, even though the Pirates suck.
They got an award for Skeens. Skeens got his award. He's fine.
Yeah, and then what was I going to say? I mean, Machado's doing well, but his numbers don't compare to Soto's or Schwarber's a whole lot. I just think they're doing it because the Padres are good.
Yeah, checks out, and it's good to see Manny. Manny's going to be in these conversations, so good for him. Either way, that was a little off the rails, but Soto one walk away from making that history. No one's done it since '99, so that's cool. And it's pretty elite company when it's Chipper, Bagwell, Barry in that company. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's go to blind rankings. You don't know what's coming here. It's gonna get weird. You don't know what's going on. No, I got 4 things. So we kind of did this yesterday. It was there was 3 home run shit that happened. That was kind of worth talking. It was Trevor Story's bullshit and whatever the fuck else happened. Similar stuff now, but I got 4 for you, and you blind rank them. So 1 through 4. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First one, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Or actually, 1 is the coolest, by the way. So we're on the same page. 1 is the coolest, and then 1 through 4. Jazz Chisholm Jr., 500th career hit yesterday. It was a home run. He ended up hitting 2 home runs in the game. Also stole a base. Puts him at 28 and 26. 28 homers, 26 stolen base. So I know we're always on 20, 20, 30, 30 watch.
Yeah.
That's not really the thing. It's more so that his 500th career hit was a homer and he hit 2 in the same game. Where do you put that 1 through 4?
Oh, blind. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, blind ranking. You don't know what's coming.
500 career hit. How old is Jazz?
Good question. 28? That's a guess.
I'll put it at
27.
I'll put it at 3. There's 4, you said?
Yeah. He's 27.
I'll put it at 3. It's a good little milestone.
Yeah, cute little milestone. He hit a multi-homer game. So, okay. These are all homer-based, by the way. Ohtani hits his 100th career home run as a Dodger. By the way, his first year in Chavez Arena was last year, so he in less than 2 years, because he still's got like a month left of the season. In less than 2 years, he has 100 as a Dodger, but he hit his 100th Dodger home run yesterday.
That's two. That's pretty freaking cool.
Okay.
Already having 100 home runs as a team you just started with last year. That's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. You don't really see that shit, huh? Okay, so that's 2. So you need 1 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, George Springer hits his 62nd career leadoff home run yesterday. He also had a multi-homer game. The most, and this is every time Springer hits something, hits a leadoff homer. He's been doing it forever now, and we always bring up the list of leadoff homers. The most is obviously Ricky Henderson, 81. Then there's a little bit of a gap to Georgie Boy at 62.
He's second.
He's second in terms of leadoff home runs, and he hasn't been leading off all that much this year, maybe even last year. But he did lead. He got the nod to lead off yesterday. He's hot. He's having a great season, and he did what he does best. Fucking leadoff homer. It's his 62nd. The most is 81. He's second with 62.
I'm gonna put that at 4. Just because that's pretty cool. That is really cool. But I just think you have something cooking for me in the last slot.
Okay. The last one was Devers hits his 30th home run of the season. No Giant has done that since 04 Bonds. We talked about that yesterday. Now, 15 of those homers, half of his homers this year have come as a Red Sox. So I don't know. I don't know if you count that, but it also led to benches clearing brawl.
1
and punches were
thrown.
3 ejections.
We've been talking about how we need a benches clearing brawl with some fists thrown for a while now. We've been talking and who would have thought it'd be the Colorado Rockies?
Oh yeah, they got nothing to lose.
No, that's number 1. I get that there were 15 with the Red Sox, but Devers is going to do this next year. So if he didn't break it this year, he was going to pending no injuries. He's going to do it next year.
Plus, Adames is pushing that too.
He shot out of a rocket in the second half of the year, so he's probably getting there pretty close too.
26. So
yeah, so I mean, hey, with a month left, we don't know what he's going to do, but
yeah, and they come in bunches with Willie. But let's stick to that Giants theme because we got some nasty boys. This is the first one here. So you talked about it. Benches cleared, punches were thrown because Devers pimped that ball, and I think it was like the first inning, right? Because that's just what Kyle Freeland had to say. I found it extremely disrespectful to show me up like that in the first inning. And then he was chirping. Devers chirps back. 3 ejections. 1 was Freeland. The other 2 was Adames and Matt Chapman. And punches were thrown. I guess it just escalated to that.
Good. Good.
Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong?
Honestly, I think the Rockies guys in the wrong. Like, I saw the clip. Devers didn't even look at the pitcher. Yeah, he pimped the shit out of it. He watched that thing for a while. But, like, Freeland kind of I think just like a little bit all over the place. Like I didn't see him trying. Like I guess you can call pimping. Like it's just a part of the game now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not anything special or like anybody's trying to show you up. It's just what batters do now. But listen, I love seeing this guy get fired up, even though they have like 30 wins this year.
Yeah. So Freeland got ejected. He was one of the ejections. He didn't get an out in that game because that wasn't happening in the first inning. He didn't get an out. However, he does get a loss. He's 3-14 on the year. His ERA is a 5.41, and his WHIP is like 1.5. So
yeah, so I'd be pretty pissed off too if I sucked that bad.
The Rockies also got their 100th loss of the season yesterday. So I guess everyone's just pissed. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if I was in Denver, you know. No. So who gives a shit? Either way. Tempers flare, but yeah, you're right. I do think Freeland's a little in the wrong. It's very Madison Bumgarner-esque. It's like, fuck it. You stink. The Rockies actually, they have no problem bringing fans into attendance.
No, they don't, dude.
They people go to that game. I guess they just like
they get juiced up, dude. They sell $3 beers.
Yeah, they have the lowest.
Yeah, they sell $3 beers. I would go to the games too. The tickets are probably cheap as shit. You get $3 beers. I mean. Yeah, it's just a good time at the ballpark, man.
People go. So I don't know. People are also probably going to see Devers because they're like, oh, the Giants are in town and fucking Devers, and then he pimps one, and it's like that is part of the game. He didn't even get ejected either. So Freeland does get ejected. I don't even know who was throwing punches. Everyone's got to watch the video. By the way, do you know who the most expensive beer is?
Nationals, right?
It's like
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me in the slightest. I think the Phillies are right in the middle. I think they hit the middle part.
They're like $7, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium $6. You know, what can I say? They also do tiramisu in a helmet. Remember that?
Oh, they do tiramisu in a helmet.
Here's the other nasty boy part of yesterday. At least Giants and Rockies, you could chalk it up to maybe some division rivals, and at least they're both not going to make the playoffs, and the Rockies stink. But at least if you wanted to say something and make a cool story out of it, you could say NL West teams, and at least it's against each other. These nasty boys are on the same team.
Yeah, this is nuts.
So Framber Valdez and Salazar's catcher pulled into the manager's office after yesterday's game. Valdez kind of he apologized to Salazar for kind of crossing him up. It said it wasn't. Valdez had said it wasn't intentional. There's more info to come, I guess, on this. But you saw the video, Sean. If you haven't seen the video, find it. Basically, Valdez throws a. Well, what happened first? Salazar kind of wanted him to call timeout or step off, and
yeah,
Valdez throws it anyway. Gives up a grand slam.
Yeah, so bases loaded to your boy Trent Grisham. They wanted him to step off. So I think in a post-game interview, Framber said he wanted the curveball thrown, but Salazar called a slider both times. So that doesn't really help Framber paint himself in a good light. So he has something to be mad at Salazar for, because he called something that he didn't want, and Framber threw it, gave up a grand slam, and now he's like, oh, this fucking rookie catcher, yada yada yada. He thinks he knows more than me. Well, he calls the I don't know what happened on the second pitch. Yeah, he said Framber right there said that they got crossed up. It wasn't intentional. But in the video, Framber shows no signs of remorse, no going to see if the catcher is okay or anything like that. Just turns around. That's it. Turns around, looks pissed off. That's all it was.
Yeah, I guess the catcher would have thought an off-speed pitch was coming. He threw like a fastball at his chest or something.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I've been everybody on Twitter, every baseball account, like I saw Dallas Braden, who was a pitcher in the bigs for a while. Everybody is saying it's intentional, dude. It looks so. If you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it, because it 100% was intentional. But you know what also is funny? Spin.
What's that?
I just saw.
I know what you're gonna fucking say.
Yeah, you know what the whole funniest thing was? It was just Volpe staring at a pitch right down the middle.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. I saw like a comment about that too. Yeah, it's like a 93, just right down the dick.
But it's shocking to me that anybody doesn't think that this isn't intentional, because it's so obvious.
Yeah, he just kind of turns around and was kind of like, well, don't fuck with me. I guess that is a rookie catcher, you said?
I think he's had maybe a cup of coffee somewhere in the leagues, but I think he's pretty new to Houston.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know who the fuck it is. And Framber's a veteran. He's probably like, it's like the scene from The Longest Yard when they had to keep throwing the footballs at the refs. You remember that? They throw the football at the refs' joint until they get the calls. It's probably like the same thing. It's like, well, if you're not going to listen, I'm shaking you off or whatever, and you're going to keep putting it down, well, then, I got to do it the hard way. Still fucked up. And I think you said this before we went on. We're on the street is that Framber's a notorious dickhead.
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't know this. I didn't know Astros fans did not like Framber that much, and he's got a lot of
ego
attitude or ego problems, whatever you want to say. But yeah, apparently Astros fans do not like him.
Well, that sucks. And what is he, a free agent after this year?
Yeah, and apparently they're going to be they're goodbye and good riddance to him.
Well, there might be a few guys like that. After what we continue to hear about Casty, he's got one more year in Philly, but maybe trade deadline next year. Bye-bye, Casty. Bring up Justin Crawford. They got plenty of outfielders.
Yeah, you see Justin Crawford's number in AAA right now?
Uh-oh, what's he doing?
It's disgusting. He's batting like 350.
Yeah.
And he's and this isn't like, he just got called up to triple. No, he's been doing this shit all year.
Yeah, and he swipes bags.
And he plays good defense. Good defense. Guess what, Casty? Your what did they say? Your times are numbered, whatever the hell they say. Well, guess what? He's on a real short leash unless he starts swinging at shit in the other's batter's box. Stop doing that, and maybe we'll still play you. God damn.
We got live chat, guys. How's Romano's middle finger, Sean, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Who the fuck cares? I don't care. I don't ever want to see him in a Phillies jersey again, so I really hope it's broken and then he stays on the IL.
And by the way, I know, just so people are keeping track at home, Carlos Santana, the first baseman. We all know that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to our vibe check. Roman Anthony left the game early yesterday, Sean. Uh-oh. Are you scared about this?
Trouble in paradise?
Yeah, left oblique tightness day to day till we know more. Best case scenario, it's just a tweak, and he actually struck out on the swing and tweaked something. Best case scenario, he needs a day or two, and it's just like a little tightness thing. Worst case scenario, maybe it fucking escalates, but that's what we're dealing with Roman.
Yeah, and that would be a big hit if it's actually bad, because he's been really good for them, hitting 292 on the year, 8 bombs, 32 ribbies, and he's done a lot of timely hitting for the Boston Red Sox, which is a big thing, and what you need come October. He's that's going to be a big hit for them.
Willie Abreu estimated time of return is the 8th of the month, so that would kind of not be the end of the world. They do have outfielders, but yeah, Roman's been a big piece. He's been leading off. He's been a main contributor for them, and he seems to only be getting better by the.
Well, the crazy thing is, because now they're starting to get Rafaela adjusted to playing second base. Like, I think he's been playing a lot of second base for them as of late, and if he's like, Rafaela being out in center field would be great for them, because he could be a platinum glover out there. He's unbelievable when he's out in center field, but they're really going to miss Roman Anthony's bat if he is actually hurt.
Yeah, so we'll see more on him. We're on Roman. Remember, we were on Roman Anthony watch for when he first got called up. We were seeing how he is. Well, he's obviously very much coming to his own. But now we're on Roman Anthony watch for different purposes. He's also on my fantasy team, and we're on deep into the fucking playoffs, guys. And bad time to. By the way, I had Jerickson Profar. I was on bad time to be on the paternity list, Jerickson. I need you. Anyway. That's what's going on there. Last little bit of the vibe check. Some of these New York guys, I think they're both on the road, both New York teams on the road, but either way, both pitchers from yesterday's game. Nolan McLean for the Mets, Max Fried for the Yankees. First of all, Nolan McLean, fuck you. I thought yesterday I said that McLean was due to get his doors blown off. I really thought the Tigers were going to get to him. He pitched a gem. Quality start.
God damn it.
Gets a win. He's like 4-0 on the season.
He's 4-0. He's got a 1.37 ERA, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon, which really, really sucks for me. I wanted to see this guy suck.
Yep.
Really badly, but
he's been very good. And by the way, other pitcher I mentioned, Max Fried, he's so back.
What? He have a good outing?
His last 3 have been very good. He had a rough patch, and that felt long ago, probably like mid-August, possibly. You could make the case late July. Things weren't going as swimmingly for him because he was in the Cy Young conversation the first half. Trended down a little bit like post-All-Star break, but you look at his last 3 starts, 20 innings, 2 earned runs. He's 2-0 in that span. He's actually 3-0 in his last 4, even though he had oh my gosh, he went 5 innings, 7 earned, 4 starts ago. Got a win, thank God. But his last 3 have been spectacular, and he did it yesterday in Houston. The Yankees win that first. They have a tough schedule moving forward, and they win the first one at Houston. Max Fried is so back, baby. And
the Yankees got to keep the heat up because they are legitimately – it's like tied with the Red Sox right now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are. Yankees got a smidge, but Red Sox – I mean, Crochet did not have his best up yesterday, and the Red Sox still pulled it out. I know the Yankees have a tough schedule coming up. They got Houston for the remainder of this week. Then they'll have Toronto over the weekend, then Detroit, then Boston. And then that's kind of their next few series. And then it kind of gets easier with some non-playoff teams. But their next, counting this series, 1, 2, 3, the next 4, counting this current series, all playoff teams. So They got to wake up. And then they also haven't played well against Boston. So they got them again.
Yeah, and I mean, they might see Boston in the playoffs too, which would be it'd be rough for you guys if you're not with your kind of track record with Boston so far this year.
Yeah, and the good news is your ace, Max Fried, he seems to be back. So that's a great step in the right direction. And the bats looked very good yesterday. Good, well-rounded win for the Yanks yesterday. Let's stick with the crochet theme, though, in Boston. Play a little this or that because we do have a tight Cy Young race. It was a lot of the NL stuff because we all want to see Wheeler do it. And he got banged up, and it's like, well, how close can Christopher Sanchez actually make it? It's Skeens. It's pretty much solidified, I think, right?
It's going to be Skeens.
So either way, but on the American League side, I don't think we talked about it enough. It was been a tighter race all season. Now that we're in early September, I think the two front runners are Crochet and Scooble. And we'll play a little bit this or that because I want to see what you like. There's two ways you can go about it. Who do you like for Cy Young is number one. And also, second question, who would you roll out in like a must-win situation or your game one starter for the postseason? In a big pivotal game, who are you rolling out? Scooble or Crochet? And who would be your Cy Young because they're very close to the Triple Crown.
This one's pretty easy for me. I'm gonna go with Scooble.
Okay.
He's so much more of a gamer than this is gonna sound really bad, but I don't think Crochet's bad. I don't think he's still really good, but I'm a huge fan of Tariq Scooble. Yeah. Like he just has that mentality that not a lot of pitchers have anymore. He's kind of a little bit of a cocky motherfucker out there. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it hard. He's going to throw it past you. He's going to dot his off-speed pitches. He's going to fool you. He's a big lefty, both big lefties, if I might say. But I think Tariq Scooble just has more juice. He's got the better stats, too. He just has 2 less wins than Crochet. He beats him in ERA. He has 2 less strikeouts than Crochet, but he's also got 1 less game started than Crochet. Mm-hmm. Crochet has him in innings, but once again, it's only by 5, and Crochet still has 1 more start over him. But then he has less hits given up, less runs given up, less earned runs, less home, like all of that statistically. Opponents are hitting him. He has a better whip, hitting him less than Crochet. He has a better whip. Crochet definitely makes this an argument, though. For a lot of the season, it wasn't an argument. In a sense, like it was just Scooble's going to get it no matter what. And then Crochet came out of nowhere. So you still want to give him credit where credit's due, but it's Tariq Scooble.
So Scooble for both, Scooble for Cy Young, Scooble for who you're rolling out in a pivotal.
I can make the argument that Scooble should be the pitcher for the World Baseball Classic, like the number 1 pitcher you want to roll out for the World Baseball Classic, like over Skeens and everything too. Like I would make that argument.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I want it's Scooble Cy Young's to lose, right? And I also would go Scooble. I would want him in a game 1 situation. I would want him in a must-win situation. Like it's Scooble. He's the best pitcher, arguably in baseball, definitely in the American League. The thing that makes it an argument, I think, for Crochet is that he does have him in strikeouts. It's only 2, though, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned he has 5 more innings in one more game on him. But he has the wins by 2, strikeouts by 2, which is 2 out of the 3 Triple Crown categories for pitcher. I think ERA was closer until he gave up. I think Crochet might have given up like 7 runs yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't have a great outing.
His ERA goes up to 2.67, where Scooble's is a 2.18. If something crazy would happen in these next few weeks, and Crochet, I think for Crochet to win the Cy Young, he would need to win the pitching Triple Crown, and he gave up 7 runs yesterday, so that kind of puts a damper on things. No pitcher who has won the pitching Triple Crown every pitcher who has won the Triple Crown has also won the Cy Young. So if Crochet would pull that out of his ass, which would be a tough ask, then maybe he could. But other than that, yes, it's Scooble all the way.
I think in reality, like if Crochet wanted it, he'd probably have to throw a couple shutouts here towards the end.
Yeah, and I don't even know how many. Maybe he has 3 or 4 more starts. They both do. You figure one start a week or whatever.
And it's also whoever for the Triple Crown, like you're talking about. Like if Scooble gets the last start of the year, like over Crochet and Scooble, he might get that Triple Crown. I think it's whoever leads these categories in strikeouts and innings is just going to come down to who pitches last this year.
Yeah. 100%. And we'll see. I don't know when Skubal pitches next. I didn't look. He actually might pitch. Does he pitch to fucking today?
He hasn't pitched in a while. I would assume so.
I thought I saw that when we were doing our look aheads, but I didn't check today. I usually like to see if today was. Oh no. Yes, or his next start is Sunday against the White Sox. So he pitched on the 31st. He's going on like a shit ton of rest. Was he fucking? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with him. But either way, White Sox on Sunday. So maybe he throws a gem. Well,
shit, he can throw no hitter that day.
He's gonna throw no hitter. Either way, let's go this or that. Let's keep the pitching theme going. Those are your top two in the American League. I think these next few are also in your top five. Hunter Brown and Brian Wu, a couple of AL West guys. I think if you had both these guys in your top five starting pitchers right now, I'm not really going to argue against it. Brown and Wu are both definitely top 10. If they're top five, I respect it. Brown and Wu, this or that. Who do you like?
This is hard because Hunter Brown has the better statistics. In all honesty, he's probably got more innings pitched than he might not have more innings pitched than Wu. I'm not 100% positive, but he definitely has more strikeouts. I think his ERA is lower. Hunter Brown is the obvious answer, but dude, I love the consistency that Brian Wu brings to the table. A guy who night in and night out, you just know every single time is going to go out there and give you at least 6 innings. That's something that you can't put off at all. Plus, we're Woo Warriors here on the podcast.
Yes, we are.
But Hunter Brown's going to get Cy Young votes this year. He's going to finish top 3, probably. I'd say he's probably the third behind Crochet and Skubal. And if Crochet didn't shoot out of a rocket the second half of the season, Hunter Brown's been very consistent all year. We don't talk about him enough because he doesn't really get that much coverage, in all honesty. But I'm going to go with Hunter Brown, man.
Yeah, I think you have to, even though we are Woo Warriors. But he's having a better season. And also, Woo's last 2 starts have been a little bit interesting. I think he'll get back at it, though. They haven't even been bad, but compared to how we set the bar, it's been a little interesting his last 2. And this is the time of year, you have to throw a lot of innings, a lot of pitches. There's maybe some fatigue, but he'll get back at it. Guy's a stud. They were both All-Stars this year, too. Okay, how about let's go to young guys. Who do you want to build a rotation around? Young pitchers, Mizorowski, Bubba Chandler.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Bubba yet.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit more of Mizorowski, and guess what? This is why we don't jump out of shoes for guys, because he's been getting a little pieced up as of late.
Yes.
It's not anything horrible. Like, he's still a very good pitcher. But, like, everybody was like, oh, is it him or Skeens? Is it him or Skeens? And guess what? It's Skeens. But anyway, Mizorowski, I mean, he got hurt for a little bit of a stretch, but right now he's 4-2 with a 4.5 ERA, 1.515 WHIP, and I don't even think Bubba has started a game yet, has he?
No, he's been going 4 innings in his 3 appearances, kind of just coming out of the pen. He's 2-0 with a save, though.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll give him credit where credit's due, but I'm still going to go with Mizorowski right now.
Yeah, we've seen more of them, so I guess that's more of the safe pick. I think Bubba Chandler was the more highly anticipated guy.
He was 100%. 100%
I don't know
was.
If that ever really work out though. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Skeens was, and I think Bubba Chandler, once he gets his footing, once he gets like settled in, he's going to be a beast for the Pirates.
Yeah, I almost want to say Bubba because I would have rolled with him as my ace moving forward and dealt Skeens at the deadline. Now people are saying that it's good that I'm not a GM or anything like that because maybe people don't like that. I think Pirates do a good job with pitching. They develop good arms. What they don't do is get offense. So I would have sold Skeens for fucking hitters and then rolled with Bubba Chandler moving forward. So with that being said, I would have built a rotation around Bubba if I was in that situation. But we've seen more of Mizorowski, so as of right now, maybe you'll lean that way.
Yeah.
How about this stuff? Speaking of Bubba, because we haven't seen a lot of him, so I think maybe the more fair comparison is Bubba Chandler or Andrew Painter. Because we haven't seen Andrew at the major league level at all. At least we've seen a little bit of Bubba.
And I am one of the only Phillies fans, I think, out there who was completely comfortable with shipping Andrew Painter. I was completely comfortable with it because he hasn't put up the best stats in AAA. He hasn't. I mean, we can look it up. He's been giving up a lot of runs. There's been a lot of concerns on his accuracy. Now, do I like Painter and do I want him to keep developing? Yeah, I'd love to see him at the major league level one day. But guess what? I'm going Bubba right now, man.
Okay, this one was not. This one's a little impromptu, but Bubba or Mick Abel, because we've seen a little bit of Mick. Is he still pitching, by the way? For
Yeah,
this one?
he actually his first AAA Twins debut, he pitched a gem, and I haven't seen anything since then though.
Gosh, don't look.
He's doing real well.
He's doing horrible.
Okay. Well, so a good trade then.
Yeah, as of now, it's been a good trade. He got he has a couple appearances. I guess he's been out of the Twins' pen. It looks like 4 innings, 11 earned.
Jesus Christ, Mick.
In two outings. Yeah, ZRA is
fantastic trade because I was so unbelievably wrong about Harrison Master Bader, and he's hitting over 300 for us, and also timely hitting. We love timely hitting over here in Philadelphia because we never get it.
Yeah,
and Harrison Bader's been doing that.
Bader's hitting 300 since he came over.
Oh yeah, dude, he's hitting like 313. He's playing really well. Plays a good defense. I was completely wrong about him, and I am so happy that I was wrong about him.
His last week was very good to him, hitting 381 last week.
Yeah,
or last 7 days, whatever that dates back to. But his season average is at 271, which is good because he came over in like the 240s, 250s. So
yeah, and
it's a good 271.
Like you brought this up and you tried to get me to see this, and I just wasn't having it. But like a guy that gets brought over, that it gets put in a winning situation, some guys just have that mentality. And now they go out and just be beasts. Like he's in a winning situation. He cares a little bit more and he's really locked in and really focused. So he's turning me into a fan, and I'm the first to put my hand up and say, I was wrong. I'm a big, dumb idiot. And I love being a big, dumb idiot because he's doing really well. And like I said, timely hitting, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
There you go, Harrison. Oh, shit. I don't know which one this is. Oh, hey, this is a Padres fan. Bader is still a fraud. Coming from a Padre fan. Hey, that could be a postseason showdown, though. So maybe Bader has the last laugh there. I don't know. We shall see.
The only reason I'll say that is because he has had a history. But, I mean, right now he's playing really well for us.
Hey, I don't mind it. We'll see. And guess what? Thing about Bader, this is off topic. This is so off topic. But like the thing about Bader is, he is a Gold Glover out there. He plays a good center field, so that's always good too. He brings a lot to the table. Anyway, last one for this or that. Rookie position players. Okay, we're switching up from pitchers. Rookie position players. Who do you want to build a lineup around? Nick, the Lancaster Milkman, Kurtz, or Roman Anthony?
Nick, the Lancaster Milkman Kurtz. It's not even a question.
You're all in on the big milkman here.
Big Amish milkman. We're coining that nickname, by the way. That will catch weight, and the milkman, Nick, the Milkman Kurtz, will make its appearance someday. But yeah, have you seen his numbers? It's incredible. He's hitting the shit out of the baseball.
He's hands down the Rookie of the Year for the AL. Roman got called up a little late, but Roman has been on a tear. I'm pre-fucking getting banged up yesterday, but I think you make a case for Roman. You can make a case for Roman. He's gonna get a little postseason taste this year, and you can make
100%. 100%. You can make a case for Roman. I think these are just two guys we're gonna see for a while now, kind of thing. Like I don't think Nick has any signs of slowing up. He looks really good, but then you get Roman in there, we talked about him earlier. I don't know if this Nicholas Swint was here. Resident Padres fan was here earlier when we were talking about Roman, but with his injury, that's a huge hit for the Red Sox. Huge hit.
The thing I'll say about Roman that I do really like is maybe this is I don't want to knock on Nick over here, but I mean, or Nick Kurtz, that is, not our buddy Nick in the chat. But on Kurtzy, it's like I don't know. I just look at skill set, and that's what as of right now. Obviously, who would you take right now? It's the guy who's having the better rookie season. So yes, maybe Kurtz. But long run, I like the athleticism from Anthony. I don't know. Kurtz is like just a big fucking
Ophie.
Yeah,
He's a big Ophie, man.
He's a big Ophie guy. So maybe in still terms of body type and skill set, maybe Roman does a little bit of like that. But the better rookie season, it's tough to it's obviously Kurtz, and maybe for that reason you just roll with him where things stack up right now.
But yeah, I like what you're saying because Roman Anthony has more of a skill set to be almost like a 5-tool player in a sense. Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I don't even know about 5-tool player, but he's more athletic. Does he even steal bases like that? I don't even fucking know.
I'm not 100% positive.
Kind of not really, but maybe there's just more of a ceiling in terms of athleticism there. Where I saw Kurtz make a really good play at first. It was like a leaping grab, like a line drive over his head, leaping grab at first, but he just kind of looked like a big oaf doing it. But we love him. He represents PA, so we love Nicky out there. Let's go to this now. A couple of conversation pieces here based on what do you think could happen down the stretch. I put some teams up on the thing that
I freaking knew it.
I tried to group it into one, but hey, there could be other teams that we group in. It doesn't have to just be Braves, Orioles, Rangers, but these are the teams that I kind of grouped in terms of underperformers. Now, maybe you don't think the Rangers are an underperformer because they're like 1.5 back. They could have been closer if they would have won yesterday because the Seattle did. But we know that for certain the Braves and Orioles are underperformers. If maybe you want to throw Rangers in, maybe I missed a team that is underperforming. But which one or ones bounce back in 2026?
So this is a cop-out answer, but I'm definitely going to say all three of them bounce back. Rangers, I don't really know if you like Rangers should be in the playoffs right now. So I think you can say that they've been underperformers. They shouldn't be fighting for a spot with the roster that they have. Which ones bounce back the most, though, I think is the Braves. I don't think like Albies and Michael Harris have shown that they still are good at baseball, and they're just showing up way too late. You still have a team. So if Acuna can come back, stay healthy for an entire year, you have Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Michael Harris, Ozzie Albies, and then you still do have the pitching isn't what everybody thought it was with the Braves. But we thought about what it was going to be with the Braves. Like Spencer Strider turns out he's a little bitch, but I still think that they will be good, and they're not that they're going to be contenders, but they're going to make it more interesting next year.
I agree. All Atlanta sports are underperformers. Yeah. However, I do agree with you that next year I do think the Braves have the best shot of bouncing back. Now, Rangers are weird because maybe they're not underperformers this year. Maybe they sneak in. Maybe they shock the world. Maybe they end on over 500. Braves and Orioles are not going to finish over 500. That we know. And I do have faith in the Braves to kind of bounce back next year. You look at them on paper and they're damn good. Michael Harris, Ozzie Albies, you mentioned. Raisel Iglesias has been really like some of these guys that have been that they picked an incredible time to get hot. Like Iglesias out of the pen, he stunk for a long time, and I advocate for the guy. He stunk, and now he picks a great time to get hot. It's like too little, too late. I think you said a little while ago. It's like Michael Harris, yes, you're maybe the hottest hitter since the All-Star break. Albies might be the hottest hitter over the past month or so. Iglesias might be the hottest, with the exception of Chapman, might be the hottest reliever in the last however many, maybe a month or so, whatever it is. So it's just like too little, too late. We'll see what happens with Ozuna moving forward, but I think the Braves on paper, and I don't hate their staff. Even if Sale is on age 38 season or whatever, maybe Strider bounces back, looks good. Schwellenbach is there. Let's not sleep on AJ Smith-Shava, who looked good, and even that new guy, Waldrop or whatever the hell. He's giving you good outing. So maybe there's reason to believe that the Braves can have a good staff moving forward and bounce back in a year's time.
Yeah, and the Orioles do scare me a little bit just because of their youth. Like we actually don't. Like Gunnar, we know is good. Jackson Holiday is going to be fine. Adley's still got question marks all over him from the hitting department. He's good behind the dish, but the hitting side of things, he struggled the past 2 years, and now he's dealing with injuries and stuff. So the Orioles scare me a little bit. But I still think they do better than they did this year.
Yeah, I agree. There's reason for them to bounce back, too. I think their pitching, they can clean up their staff. You know, that was the big knock on them was their pitching. I think they can clean it up. There's reason to believe that. Bradish is back, Grayson Rodriguez, and then Rogers is pitching his dick off lately. By the way, Jeremiah Jackson, dirty dog. I think I put that at the bottom. He's been good. Okay, so that's another young guy in Baltimore. Okay, here's a new little grouping here. Again, I could have missed somebody, so feel free to sound off in the comments if you would put another team in this conversation, but I think it's safe to say Angels, Reds, Giants, all striving to get better. Who does? Who makes that next leap, or I should say, who makes the biggest leap out of some of these teams that we're seeing glimpses of they're bringing in guys. They look better. Maybe they're winning more games. Like the Angels have been look pretty decent at times. They look more complete than past years. But who actually makes that next leap?
This is hard for me because the Giants are. I mean, we were pretty high on the Giants at one point this year. We liked them a lot, but it turns out their hitting wasn't what everybody thought it was. I mean, we didn't have any high hopes for Matt Chapman and Willie Adames on that left side over there. They also play in the hardest division in baseball. So I don't want to say the Giants because I think they will stay more of the same in a sense. The Reds are I think are pretty good. They have some pieces out in the field now. They have their superstar in Ellie, but guess what? They have the most important part of baseball, and it's pitching. If Hunter Green can stay healthy, Andrew Abbott's kind of proved himself, and if Chase Burns can kind of find it, that 1-2-3 punch is going to be pretty lethal for years to come. So,
and they're also the closest this year to they were as close as a half game back.
Exactly. So they kind of screwed it for themselves, but I want to say the Angels too, because we've been talking about the Angels a lot this year. We love Nito over there at short with the Angels, Joe Adele out in center, Mike Trout. But like the Angels just as an organization as a whole, it's just hard to say, yeah, they're going to be better next year.
I'm going to touch on that in just a second. This is a backtrack on the Braves. You like that? You like that? Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Is that a fair comparison? Chris Sale like Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, elite at sometimes, and then just kind of dog shit when the lights are brightest. I'd give him that.
Yeah, well, Sale stay healthy, guys. Maybe Sale at the age of 38 can be good. Who the fuck knows? Well, he's back now. I think he pitches this on Friday or whatever. And then here's the Reds. Kind of to your point, they're so fun to watch when they're clicking. They do have that electricity. You talk about Chase Burns. He's electric on the mound. I think he's banged up. I don't know if he is or if he was or whatever. Let's go with him. But he's electric on the mound. Ellie is electric in everything he does. They have some guys, and you have to root for Terry Francona. Don't know what's good with Ron Washington in Anaheim there. The Giants, you kind of want to believe because it's the first time in a long time they've actually been getting notable pieces. But I don't know if I trust their staff. And if it does come down to pitching, I think the Reds have the best pitching out of all these teams that are listed. Angels need help in their pitching department before they can really make that next leap. The Giants, they might throw Verlander a bone, but I don't think that's enough if they're going to continue. I don't even trust Robbie Ray in next year. But I do trust Logan Webb. And then Cincy, I do think, has the most up-and-coming, high-ceiling type of pitchers. Obviously, Hunter Green's a stud. So, yeah, I think Cincinnati could be a problem next year. And dude, if the Cubs don't re-sign Tucker, maybe that division is a little bit more wide open than people might be thinking right now. Okay, next grouping here is this the Blue Jays, the Mariners, the Tigers. Who maintains their winning ways in 26? These aren't teams that like historically are like – this isn't like Yankees-Dodgers shit where you kind of expect to see them in the postseason. These are teams that they playing good ball. Maybe some people didn't have any of these teams making the playoffs. Maybe you had one or two of these teams making the playoffs. I didn't have the Mariners or the Blue Jays making the playoffs this year. So who now they're all gonna do? Or Mariners, it's not a given that they do. Blue Jays, Tigers, it seems very likely, and who can maintain this type of winning mantra in 2026?
So it's weird because the obvious answer here is kind of the Tigers, but it also isn't obvious for some reasons on top of that because they're getting a lot of contribution from guys who nobody in the beginning of the season even knew who they were. Like if you're a casual baseball fan, you have no idea who Riley Green is. You have no idea who Spencer Torkelson is. You know probably who Baez is, but you're like, oh, he's old. He sucked the past couple of years. You probably know who Glaber is, but like their catcher, what is it, Dylan Dangler?
Yeah, I think it is, right? Dingler?
Yeah. The guy with the porn name, he's been playing well this year. Zach McKinstry, you have no idea how he's going to look next year. So the Tigers have a really big question mark. The only one you're super confident in is probably or two people you could say. You could say Riley Green because he's shown glimpses of being a good ball player for a while now. He's having a great year this year. Don't know if that's going to continue next year. But Tariq Skubal, you can say, yes, we know what we're going to get from him. You have zero clue what you're getting from the rest of the pitching staff. You have no idea what Jackson Job's going to come back and look like. Casey Mize has been up and down this year. And guess what? Jack Flaherty had been all over the place this year. Sometimes he looks dominant, but most of the time he sucks. So you have zero idea what you're getting from him. Mariners, their pitching staff should be fantastic.
Yeah.
Brian Wu, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. I mean, Luis Castillo, the list goes on with them. That's 4 guys right there. Even if, like, hopefully they resign, because are Naylor and Suarez both on, are their contracts up at the end of the year?
I don't know Naylor's thing. I'm pretty sure Suarez could be a rental if they don't re-sign him.
Yeah, but then with the Mariners, there's like Cal Riley probably won't have as good a year next year, most likely. Like he's been playing out of his mind this year. You got former Philly J.P. Crawford over there at short. Julio Rodriguez starts super slow every single year. That's a person with a lot of question marks too. And guess what? Blue Jays, I have no idea. Zero clue. Vladdy's on a super big max. Bichette, are they going to re-sign Bichette? I have no idea. George Springer's getting old. Alejandro Kirk came out of nowhere. We have no idea what's going on with that. And then some of their role players over there. I know you're a big fan of Dalton Varsho out in center. Like an Ernie Clement, is he going to be great next year? Like
Addison Barger. Yeah.
Like I have no idea. So who maintains it? I'm going to go the guys once again with the deepest pitching, and I'm going to go with the Mariners.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I like that. I think the Mariners' ceiling is, in terms of pitching, is the highest because I don't think Gilbert is going to. He was my pick to win the Cy Young before the season started. He got a little bit banged up, but I think at his peak is a Cy Young candidate, Gilbert. Like I still think very highly of him. Kirby, you mentioned Castillo. I feel like Bryce Miller is the other guy. All these guys are like, at least if you're a fantasy player and you did the draft, they were all ranked ahead of Brian Wu. Brian Wu was the ace this year, so I would have faith that Wu continues. I would have faith that all these pitchers kind of wake up and it's the real 1 through 5 well-rounded staff that we thought we were getting this year. I could see it happening next year. I'm going to lean the team that is probably in the worst division out of the 3, and it's the Tigers, also maybe with arguably the best manager in AJ Hitch. So I'll go Tigers for those reasons. But I like you have to touch on Mariners pitching when you're having this conversation. By the way, a little backtrack from our last little grouping there with when we brought the Angels up. Yeah, I guess you could relate to them to the Jets organization. I think the longest playoff drought in football is the Jets, right? The longest playoff drought in baseball is the Angels. And notoriously bad ownership, huh?
Yeah, bad ownership, and they get like rundown stars that like to make their last stop in their respective cities.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what kind of makes you so. But hey, that's why I do stay away from the Angels when we kind of make these things. But we saw offensively they might be more well put together than ever, at least in our lifetime. You know. But they need to address pitching before they can really make them next week to be a playoff team, I think. Okay, let's go to these guys. There's a nice weird grouping here. I don't know if we historically look at some of these teams like Boston and the Mets, and even the Cubs, and you're like, oh, these are some historical teams, perhaps. But realistically, they haven't had many playoff berths since the start of the decade. Since 2020, Boston, 1 playoff berth. Cubs, I think 1. Mariners, I think 1. Mets, 2, and they all could possibly make the playoffs this year. Most of them should. Seattle's might be on the cusp. But who can kind of change the narrative of how because they haven't had a lot of playoff bursts since the start of the decade. Who changes their narrative and kind of starts to get on this tear where now they're starting to become, regulars in the postseason?
Becoming regulars would probably be Boston.
Agreed.
Like if you're going with that, it's probably Boston. They have a young core that's not going anywhere. We don't know if Bello and Giolito are going to stay hot pitching wise, but we know Crochet will. But they got a young core and a great lineup that's just going to get better every single year. Guess what, Chicago? Your like little run earlier, PCA has been one of the worst hitters in baseball, along with Suzuki as well. And you have zero idea if you're re-signing Tucker, and you do not have any pitching, so it's not looking great. Especially if they don't re-sign Tucker. Seattle, we just talked about. So for all those reasons, you can throw them in there. But Mets, I can't willingly say the Mets because the Mets are always going to Met. They're always going to Met. And their biggest question mark is their pitching. So who knows what happens with the Mets. Keep the apple in the hole. FTM, we hate the Mets. But I'll go Boston probably because they had the best team.
Yeah. I would agree. The thing that maybe turn people on about the Mets, I don't know why you'd ever be turned on about the Mets, but they aren't afraid to spend money, so they'd have that going for them.
Yeah, true.
Seattle, yeah, we talk about their pitching, but listen, they have I don't know. They're on the cusp of making the playoffs this year, and they just had an incredible trade deadline. They're trying to do everything right this year. They're checking off a lot of boxes, and they're still on the cusp. I just don't know if they have a winning culture in Seattle personally. It's like one playoff berth in since the start of the decade, because they had that 20-year long playoff drought. They snapped it, and now they haven't really gone back since. So I don't trust that. So I would agree with you. Boston, they seem to be well put together, and they have a well-rounded team and a young core, which I think is important with Crochet at the helm. How do you feel about Tucker to the Phillies? You think they're going to do that?
I don't think so. Because then they wouldn't re-sign Schwartz, and I want Schwarber re-signed.
Yeah. But maybe they get someone who's a little less pricey once they sell Castellanos at the deadline next year.
You're calling that now. You're calling your shot now.
I don't think I think they had it up to here with his shit.
Yeah, I think I know Phillies fans have.
And he'll be a free agent at the end of next year anyway. So
yeah,
deal him.
I could see him getting dealt.
Okay. This is second last one. Nationals, Arizona, A's. I threw Miami in. They're not having a terrible season. What Miami's doing this year is what I thought the Nationals would be doing. Mm-hmm. But either way, what these teams have in common are teams in a rebuilding stage. But who makes the biggest stride in 2026?
Arizona. I go with Arizona. Snakes alive. We talked about this on the last program. With the three-headed monster, well, I mean, I guess not three-headed monster, but you talk about having players like Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll in your lineup every single day. Those are huge. Those are two all-stars who are going to be all-stars every single year. Ketel Marte is the best at his position in the whole entire sport. You can probably make an argument that Corbin Carroll is a top 3 player in his position in the sport. But then you also have a little bit of a pitching staff. I know you got rid of some guys, but I don't think Zach Gallen's going to suck next year. Corbin Burns is going to be back. And guess Brandon Fat, did we decide that's his name? Fat is also there. So you got 3 guys in that rotation that can deal. Yeah, I know you're in the hardest division in baseball, but I think they can compete. I think it was just a fluke year for the Diamondbacks, for the Snakes this year.
Yeah, so that was one thing I was going to bring up is their division. It could be tough. Dodgers and Padres don't seem to be going anywhere, right? They just take care of business, and you still have and this year they even have the Giants ahead of them. It's close though between them and the Giants, but yeah, so that's what kind of makes it tough there. I do think, kind of to your other point though, is they do check the boxes of having stars. They have the best thing baseman in baseball. We know that. Corbin Carroll is a stud. They do have a true ace in Burns. I don't know what his status will be for next year. He'll be back, but I guess he might miss some time next year and then be back middle of the season. I don't fucking know his whole thing. But they do check off boxes there. They got a lot of problems with their bullpen. I don't know how much they answer that. They have guys coming off the IL, but one of their big problems was their bullpen this year. Maybe they just have to get healthy, and maybe that's the fix. Who knows? But yeah, I do think that they check off boxes in terms of having notables and stars. Perdomo's a stud. We always forget about him. Yeah, there's that. I like their catcher too. Moreno's a fine. They have some of these sneaky guys that you forget about. Perdomo, Moreno, to name a few. They do have stars. I would make the same case for the A's though. The A's have stars. Their thing is going to be pitching though. So until they can actually get pitching, I don't know if they are going to take that. They'll take a nice little stride. I don't know if they'll take the biggest stride because they have.
No, I think they'll definitely win more games than they did this year. I think next year, but they don't have a single pitcher in that I'm comfortable with giving the ball to.
Yeah, and the thing about the A's is they did. I don't know if you would say they're winners at the deadline. Maybe they will. Maybe time will tell because they did get the Padres farm system.
Yeah, so that is a big bonus there. But then also, I didn't even talk about the Nats or Miami. You know how much of a fan I am of James Wood, and we also like Abrams there, and they have Mackenzie Gore as well too. But I don't know how the supporting cast is around them. I don't know about their pitching as well. It doesn't seem like they work to make that many strides in those areas. So that scares me a little bit, but Miami's got a couple of scrappy motherfuckers down there in Florida, man.
And sneaky good pitching too.
Yeah, so that is a team that we have to keep an eye on with Stowers. You said Stowers might even get MVP votes this year.
Yeah, well, now he's banged up. So
Yeah.
maybe not. But he was playing like a fucking top 7 finisher at least.
But then also, who's the second baseman there?
Who knows? They got Otto Lopez. They got Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards is who I was thinking of. He's been pretty good, damn good for them this year as well. But then their pitching staff, like you said, maybe Edward Cabrera doesn't suck all day next year. Who's
maybe Yuri?
Yeah, Yuri Perez too. I'm not even talking about Sandy Alcantara. Like I'm done with that one. But like those two, there's Miami's got some guys down in Florida.
Sneaky guys. Jacob Marcy's been playing good ball. Whoever the hell else they got. Augustine Ramirez. That's your buddy, Augustine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're developing guys, and even some guys out of that pen. Maybe like 1 or 2 notable guys in that pen. They had a thing go viral of a guy who's like smacking himself in the face. I don't know if you saw
Tyler
that.
Phillips, former Philly.
Yeah. Okay, that's what that was.
Tyler Phillips, baby. How can I forget about him? See, remember how I was talking? We need a true Mets hater. We got rid of our true Mets hater. He despises the Mets. I love Tyler. He's a psychopath. That's what I want coming out of my pen.
Yeah. He comes out hot. He comes out nuts.
I want a guy who looks like he just snorted a line.
Yeah, and he comes out like that. There was another guy. His name's like JoJo something for St. Louis, a former Philly. He was a guy who he would bang like Red Bull cans on his forearm.
Yeah, he'd slam a Red Bull, crush it, and then run out to the Philly had some psychopaths that we've gotten rid of.
Yeah, that's nice. Now it's like Romano and David Robertson. You got like nice guys in there now.
Yeah, Romano, fucking Canadian.
All right. I agree, though. I thought where Miami is this year is where I thought the Nationals took a big step back. They maybe have more work to do than at least I thought, and maybe they thought. Arizona seems to have a little good swing on things. This is also a team that went to a pennant like 2 years ago. Haven't been even back to the playoffs last year or this year since. So there's that to worry about. The A's have to touch on some things too, but reason to see some glimpses of hope in West Sacramento. They're not yet in Vegas, not yet. West Sacramento next year, and then Miami. Maybe some glimpses of hope too. I still think maybe Miami's division a little too tough especially if you think the Braves bounce back next year.
Yeah.
Jojo Romero is his name. Thanks, 2 Chins in the chat. Jojo Romero, the psychopath who he has a good video of that too, and there's a good video of your boy Phillips who was smacking himself in the face. So
yeah, but he's a freaking beast.
This is why relievers are nice. Well, here we go. This is our last one. Playoff team this year who have the biggest downfall next year. This is kind of more open-ended. It's it's all to the playoff teams who has the biggest downfall. There's some reason to believe teams like Phillies or the Padres. They're older. They got a lot of notable free agents. I don't know if you go that route, but it's just food for thought.
I don't think it will be Philly because Philly will still have the pitching next year no matter what kind of deal. I know Wheeler we don't know what's going to happen with Wheeler, but you still have Sanchez. Hopefully they re-sign Ranger. We don't know what's going to happen with that. So, yeah, there are a lot of question marks with Philly, but I don't want to think about that right now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's Philly either. I'm just saying the Padres have the same issue. I think their biggest star is older, and they have a lot of free agents as well. So,
I think the number one team that you really have to keep an eye on, it's not Houston because Houston will somehow make their way back every single freaking time, no matter what goes on. I'm not going to say that. Toronto is the most interesting one to me because they have a lot of question marks as well. I know they just signed Shane Bieber. Eric Lauers looked great for them in the starting rotation as well. But I don't know how that lineup's going to age to next year, and the points I made earlier in the program. So I'm probably going to land on Toronto.
I would probably agree. The only reason I'd bring up another name would be because I just have no fucking clue with a Seattle who currently does own a playoff spot for this year. Not guaranteed yet, though. Texas is on their tail. And, of course, the fact that they're division rivals makes it all the more juicy. But I just don't like the culture there. To be honest with you, where's the winning culture? They have – look at the past, 20 to 25 years in Seattle. It's not like they haven't had guys. You could put together a very strong list of notable dudes that have played for Seattle and maybe have had solid little tenures in Seattle over that span. But they struggle to sniff October. This year would be like, I think what we keep saying this. It's their, I should double check because I keep saying it, but this would, if they do punch a ticket to October, it'd be their second playoff berth in like 20 years, I think, right? Never won a World Series. So that's what scares me about them. And Houston is important to mention because this year we all thought that they were going to start to trend down, and they showed no signs of stopping. So I would not bet on them. I think they're going to continue to roll. And Texas is still in that division. So it's a weird division. I don't know. I wouldn't be confident with Seattle, but you are right to bring up Toronto also, because how do these guys age? They have a lot of supporting cast members who are contributing very well. But they're also in a tough division. You could expect. I mean, the Rays are 500 right now. Then they don't go anywhere really. Tampa Bay, they linger, and then you still have Boston, New York. So I would be skeptical on Toronto to think that they can continue this. Decent chance they win the division this year, and I can see them having a downfall for sure. But it seems to be it.
Yeah.
We got what, Friday stuff?
Friday stuff, definitely a playoff look and a standings check. We're gonna play a little. We just played a little fortune teller, so we'll see how good those are looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a lot of games to go over come Friday, and then talk about a lot of weekend matchups too. It's gonna get juicy here towards the end. We talked about the Mariners and the Rangers of all freaking people coming up on each other, and we're hoping for a Mets losing streak and a Reds winning streak.
Yes, but the Reds really kind of.
I know, dude. The Reds are they're 3-7 in their last 10. They really shot themselves in the foot.
What divisions tickle your fancy? NL West, you might want to take a look at 2.5 back, or the Padres, Yankees, Red Sox. Both are 2.5 back behind Toronto. That might tickle your fancy. Yankees have a series with both Toronto and the Red Sox before this regular season ends, and maybe Seattle 3 games back. The closest thing in terms of wild card hunt is Texas. So all of that and more for Friday, and then we'll do our Wet Hot American Weekend and our look ahead. But thanks for tuning in today. Sean, the Spit of the Morning. We're out, baby.
Get right on.